Hi, everyone. Welcome. So I decided to quickly re-record this session so it's more compact, so you can go through it. And even, for those who have an easier time reading, you can just go over the slides. Those of you who like listening can just even download the MP3 version and just listen to this walking around the way you do this. And then you can also jump to the end part, which is the heart healing meditation, where I guide you like it's like a sample of the work that I do more deeply with groups or one-on-one. So I really want for it to be not to take too long, but for you to really get a sense of what we can do together. And I really hope that you get something out of it today. So in this point, it would be really valuable if you get a pen and paper so you can just write any insights, anything that comes up. I know many times even in presentations like this, once you start getting insights, and they might seemingly have nothing to do with what we're doing today, but they're always valuable. So have them or write down, do your own thing. So today I'm going to talk about why you don't feel enough and how you can change it so you can receive more, whatever is the more that you want to receive. Okay. I'll quickly introduce myself. I'm Orit Eshel. I'm originally from Israel. I've been living in Berlin since 2012. I'm a linguist in my background. I used to research a lot of European languages, but mostly I researched how people interact, how they think, consciousness, moods and consciousness. So like transitioning to coaching afterwards and just helping. Also, during my academic career, it was always about helping people with their anxiety, with what's keeping them stuck. So, I just made a transition afterwards. I just love to help people and, try to understand, to see people. I just feel like I see people and I want to help them to fulfill themselves much more. And every time in my life, it's with a different thing. And I came across heart healing about 9 months ago, and it really did something for me. And it allowed me to bring my specialty with all the things that I've did before and the transformative coaching I've been doing, and just kind of structure it in a way which I find very useful. So I hope it will be useful for you today too. So today you will be experiencing heart healing. And for some of you, this may include healing childhood wounds and other kinds of wounds. And I want to make sure that you are aware of what we will be discussing today, so you feel empowered to decide if this feels right for you before we start. And I will share my details at the end of the masterclass and how I can support you. I will include also with this video a link to the offer I'm offering now, which is a chance to have a one-on-one session to heal your feeling enough for 111 euros instead of double than that. And if you would like to go even further and also heal the additional 4 wounds of love, acceptance, worth, and trust, which have been really great, amazing for me and for people I've worked with, then you have the option of buying that for 997 euros now instead of 2,222. I just love these numbers. It just, for me, it's very helpful to just say my prices more easily, because it's it makes it into fun and not into, oh, it's like blocks, like, what am I getting into this? I don't know. For me, it's helpful. Maybe you'd like it too when you work and offer your services. Okay, so when we get to the heart healing session at the end of this webinar, you will need a space where you can relax, where it's comfortable, where you will not be disturbed, and you will have privacy. It also involves saying some things out loud. So to get the full benefit of the experience. So you might want to move before we begin to this part, okay? So just let me ask you, who here often feels not enough or doubts themselves and their capabilities? Like, I'm raising my hand to to about everything that we will discuss today. Who struggles to put themselves first and find that they sacrifice themselves and their wants and needs to make everyone else happy? Or let's say if you don't do that, or what you perceive as not doing this, you feel like guilt and shame because you feel like you're not good enough then. And who would love to be able to love themselves more and open up to receiving more, whether it's more love, happiness, wealth, joy, success in your lives. So if this sounds like you, then you're in the right place. So firstly, I want you to know that you're not alone. There is nothing wrong with you. And feeling like you're not enough, what we call not enoughness, is something that everyone feels at some point in their lives. And it can dramatically hold people back from living a happier and more fulfilling life or from reaching their full potential. And I struggled a lot with it myself. Like I told you before, I have a PhD. I started in 2000. I finished it at the end of 2015. So I've been there for about 15 years. Only towards the end of my PhD, I let myself I trusted myself more to ask questions that I wanted to ask in year one, because in year one, I felt like, oh, I should have already known everything, maybe I could have asked it last week, but not this week. And I still struggled even posting on Facebook posts that have to do with linguistics and with the things I specialized in, because I was so afraid of anyone telling me, like a police catching me. And it was like this with almost everything in my life, like taking about a decade to feel comfortable with something, and it shouldn't be like this. It's really silly. Like I don't want people to have to get to the age of 40 something, or even more than that, to start feeling like, I'm enough. I have a permission, I have a permission to do stuff. And I feel like also many times, even I remember I posted about it about 8 years ago when I started coaching, doing this transformative coaching. And I wrote a post which said something about permission. I have permission. And there was someone, of course, a man, and older than me, not a lot, but older than me, in my audience, that wrote something, permission for what? I don't get your post. And I'm not sure, but I might have taken this post down because I felt like I can't explain myself. But over the years, I've noticed, like when I talk to women mostly, and women like me, like they get it, permission, just permission. It's not permission to anything specifically. Do you know what I mean? I guess you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been here. So I'll just keep on going. Otherwise, it will take me the whole day. Okay, so why is this relevant to you, all of this? Like, why am I the person to tell you that? Because as I told you, I learned an important lesson, and that could make a difference for you too, of feeling enough, like it doesn't matter how much we did in life, sometimes like how professional, accomplished we look on the outside, like you can say, oh, she has a PhD and blah, 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 especially if it's people sometimes that tell me, oh, I hardly have a BA or I don't have a BA. So they can feel intimidated. But, I felt intimidated of other people because I felt like, oh, it's taken too long and it's been not enough and blah, 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 or, I've learned so many things in order to help people, but still it didn't feel like it's enough. I felt like I always needed to be first perfect and then improve even more before I'm allowed to work with people. And even though I kind of knew deep inside that I have a lot to give, and it's just stopping us. And I'm just so tired of this. I want women, like women and men, of course, but more of this feminine energy that have so much to give. They want to feel better themselves and to just you're there. No. Okay, sorry, I just had a message coming up. So I want all of us to be able to give what we have to give to the world, So, and to be open to receive from others what they can give us, so that, it's like biodiversity. Each one of us has our own role. We might not know it because we don't get at birth like a label, telling us what our purpose is. But we look around and we find it, and we can get inspired by others who seem to fall more into their feeling of purpose. And I really believe that if we kind of let ourselves know ourselves better, like ourselves better, and trust ourselves, then we can do our thing and help others do theirs too. So, of course, feeling enough, it doesn't come from all the outside accomplishments, right? Or from all the certifications. Believe me, I know, I have loads of them. But it's only once we give ourselves the permission inside and truly start liking ourselves better and accepting ourselves and trusting ourselves that something shifts, right? And then things can change. And I want this for you too. Okay, so my promise to you today is that through this webinar, masterclass, you will discover some key ingredients to help you understand why you don't feel enough and how to change it too, so you can receive more. As I said, whatever this is for you, like maybe for me, a key word is harmony. Like I want more harmony always at home with my kids, with my husband, with myself. I want, for me, a lot of it is about more simplicity, more ease, more joy in everything I do, because then, I just naturally, organically get more of that, whatever. This is the thing, because if we think that our happiness will only come from something specific, and I wait until then, it's not going to come, right? But if I am open to just be more joyful and to let things be simple and easy, so, it doesn't matter what it looks like, because I don't know, maybe the things that I want are just, the tip of the iceberg. Maybe there is something so much better for me, so we need to be open for that too. Okay, so as I just said, we often look outside of ourselves to try and make ourselves feel better. Like we think that it's about doing more, giving more, achieving more. But, it doesn't matter what you do, give, or achieve externally. If you haven't done like a deep healing or see something really deep about how things work from the inside out and not from the outside in, and you're just not going to feel it, because if you don't feel enough, nothing will ever let you feel enough. And we see it all over. We look at the most powerful people in the world, sadly, mostly men, and it seems like it doesn't matter. They have all the money in the world, they have all the power in the world. Does it seem like they feel like they're enough? I think if they felt like they're enough, they wouldn't be needing to have more, and they would actually do some nice things in the world and not bring us to this situation the world is in right now. So, of course, this enoughness is an inside job. It's not about how much money and the accomplishment and how many friends I have and, all that already, probably. Okay, so I'll be showing all this by sharing 3 things with you. Okay, so 1, the real reason you don't feel enough and the hidden ways it may be showing up in your life, work, and relationships. 2, stages of enoughness and the essential ingredient to feeling enough exactly as you are. And 3, how this can open you up to receiving more in all areas of your life. So I will also be sharing how I can help you feel enough on a deeper level so you can receive even more with my I'm allowing myself to say incredible offers, because I've really been seeing how it affects people. So for those of you who would like to go deeper on this journey with me, okay? I have also a disclaimer to say I'm using these words like journey and all kinds of things. I still feel uncomfortable with it, but sometimes these are the words that we have. Maybe it's silly that I even apologize for it. You know what? I should stop doing that. I should just use whatever words come up and feel enough with that. So, and of course, at the end of this webinar, I will be taking you through a powerful taster heart healing session to help you start to feel enough to receive more right now. And I do really believe that the key to feeling enough begins inside us. It's always from the inside out. And as we feel more enough, we also help others to feel that too, because they come into this energy too. Okay, so the real reason you don't feel enough and the hidden ways it may be showing up in your life, work, and relationships. Okay, so here we talk about the enoughness wound as the real reason that you don't feel enough. The enoughness wound, this is what Natasha Lee Bray, and she's the woman who she's the one who created this modality of heart healing. Okay, so of course we have a lot of different people, really smart people or inspired people that maybe word a lot of things in a different ways, you know, so this is her way. So she talks about an enoughness wound as a universal wound that everyone experiences in one way or another, regardless of how successful they may be. And then when you have an enoughness wound, you do not feel or believe that you are enough unconditionally. And this can lead to blocks around you receiving the things you want in life. So the unconditionally part is important because most people only feel enough if they are doing, pleasing, or giving to others, and really struggle to just feel enough for who they are. I know that always when I ask who resonates with this, everyone is like, me. Especially, I think, capitalistic modern society has really ingrained this deep in us, you know. So I'm always also weary of, you know, using this, you know, enoughness also as, you know, I don't want this to become something capitalistic so that you have to feel, you need to feel enough and then that it would come from the outside. But it's just like, I believe that we encounter all the time, like different messages and, you know, stumble on maybe just, you know, the right book or the right YouTube video or whatever. And this is like the thing that maybe helps us to open the door to the next thing that we need to get to. And this can come in so many ways, and some of them are free and some of them are paid, and it's just all kinds of different ways to give ourselves permissions or doors. And sometimes it's right to pay for it and sometimes not. And, you know, I got myself here into a spiral. But I just want to say that I don't try to tell anyone that they should do anything specific or that there is only one way to get into feeling more harmony with yourself or to more happiness or whatever. And I don't believe anyone, although my very literal mind tends to believe people sometimes when they say, this is the thing that you need, but it's not true. It's not true. Okay. So the enoughness wound, how we can look at it. So it's usually formed in the first 6 to 7 years of our lives, and it holds us back or limits us in many ways. It is often developed as a protection mechanism or a way to keep you safe from painful emotions or experiences. Because when we are children, we have very little control or choice over what we experience externally. And we're not emotionally mature enough to deal with strong emotion. Yes, look at us. All of us in our 20s, 30s, 40s, we see people, you know, much older than that. They still struggle with that, right? So, but as kids, we have very little control or choice over that. And of course, you know, if we are not learning how to deal with this, our mind copes in the only way that it knows how, to form beliefs that keeps us safe from ever experiencing those strong emotions again. What are these beliefs? It's like thoughts that we repeat over and over again, right? So, and we often don't know that it is impacting us until we learn about it. Once we see it, we cannot unsee it. But of course, we don't know these kids. We just drink the water that we have. We don't know that other water can, taste differently, or that the air can feel differently when we breathe it. So it can be so deeply ingrained in our subconscious minds and our hearts that we cannot understand why we are holding ourselves back from what we consciously want in life, relationships or career. Some people have this wound deeper than others, and research shows it impacts women more than men. And personally, as I work with mostly neurodivergent people, and being neurodivergent myself, but only starting to realize it and having words for it in my, deep into my 30s, and then even more so in my 40s, and especially after my kids started growing up. They are now 8 and 12, and seeing that in them and understanding myself so much better. A lot of ADHD people, autistic, spectrum, neurodivergent, whatever you want to call it or feel comfortable with. We also, it's known, research shows that we have RSD, which is the rejection. I forgot all the abbreviations now, but that we tend to feel rejection so much more deeply. So even if someone just gives us feedback, whether it's for a test, or, just hearing, a teacher says, they're not fulfilling their potential, or someone just telling us something and they don't even mean it negatively, but we take it as a rejection, right? And we can really, turn this into a mountain. Like, we don't do it consciously, but it really impacts how we go through life. So I believe it's so important to heal that, because we tend to be very sensitive people and very empathic, and we take things so much to heart. We see all the injustice in the world. I remember my brother-in-law asking me, like, a few years ago, like, why are you crying over trees in the Amazonas? Because there was the time when they started burning all the time, and it was so difficult for me. And for me, it was, of course, it's like the lungs of the earth. It's a part of me, and I don't get how people don't understand these things, but I don't know, they probably have their mechanisms. I think he has his own, but we put up walls so we don't feel that so deeply. But in order for us to come into our, to be able to sprinkle our magic dust in the world, and to come into our calling and purpose, we need to heal that. Yes. So most often, this wound has been created unintentionally by someone in your life you were close to, like a parent who made you feel like you were only loved or good enough if you met certain conditions, like good grades or good behavior, or compares you to a sibling. Or someone placed unrealistic expectations on you to be perfect or advanced for your age. Like, my father used to tell me this thing that a lot of parents say, like, oh, you're almost 12, like, what are you crying about? When I was like even 8 or 10, whatever. Or like, you're almost 6, like, why do you care about this? And it would get me so upset, and also as parents, I find this sometimes, I want to tell my kids, like, you're crying over nothing, but it's not nothing for them, right? It's not going to help, them feeling shamed about this. So what I want to say is also, like, I don't want to shame or blame anyone, because there are so many things, like, as a parent, we also see that, like, some things that we say without even thinking, or from a place of pain right now, and we don't know what our kids take away from it. But I do believe that we can always catch ourselves, even a moment afterwards, or an hour, or a couple of days afterwards, and come and say, you know what, I said that and that, and it wasn't all right to say this. Or, I'd like to, sometimes with my kids, I say, even just a moment afterwards, I want to do another take, we can do a second try. And, in this way also to teach them that it's okay, we can give ourselves second chances. So I also want to encourage you in this way. Like we don't need to just, make ourselves feel bad about what we did 30 years ago or just a few moments ago. We can change this. So it is also possible for the wound to have been created intentionally through experiences of abuse, because there are people who intentionally do this. I don't know sometimes what they went through in their lives and why they got to this, but we have to also see that sometimes it is like this. Okay, so let's look at some hidden ways that it could be showing up. Okay, there are so many ways that I don't even have the time to go into all of them in this workshop. And as you've seen, I can just everything that in every slide I can just talk about this a whole day, because these are things that are so central to our experience of life. So I'm going to read those for the people who are listening or who get things better when listening. If you are more of a reader, just look through it and you can just fast forward ahead. But just notice for yourselves, or even maybe write down, see what comes up to you. Like which ones do you feel is you? Okay. So things that it could be showing up. Confidence struggles, difficulty loving or liking yourself, needing others to like and approve of you, worrying what others think, whether it's what are they thinking a bit about me now or what they thought, years ago, or, people who are not even in your life for years, struggles with money, food, weight, relationships. Being stuck or settling, compromising in unhealthy or unhappy relationships, allowing yourself to be treated unfairly or badly by family or friends, people pleasing in relationships and work, perfectionism and or procrastination, overworking and not being paid for it. Or I'll add overworking, and doing over giving, overdoing, but not even being aware of this, because you kind of think, this is not enough. Although probably in comparison to some other people who are also doing a good job, you're doing a good job, but you're giving 200% or 300%. You're putting up with negative behavior from colleagues or employers or family members, as we said. Taking excessive courses or professional development. I'm laughing because, of course, it's me. Like my PhD ended up being probably something like 2 PhDs. And afterwards also, I was already helping people, but I thought I needed more and more, to learn more tools, or, just to have a certification so that people trust me or that I feel like I'm enough. Do you know how many people ask to see my certifications? No one. Okay, lack of boundaries, or always letting people overstep your boundaries. Feeling triggered by other people who are confident and successful. Yes. Overspending or addictions like to alcohol, food, exercise, work, sex, whatever. Holding yourself back from what you really want to do and your true purpose. Very self-critical and comparing yourself to others. Now, I'm really holding myself now I've been holding myself from saying something about each one of these things, because each one of those can be a master class in itself. Okay, but I don't want us to spend the entire day here. So let's go on. So notice for yourself. And if there's anything that you would like to hear more about, you can also write me and say, wow, this, I could, I could do a course about this. Just tell me. Okay. So we have looked at all these reasons, like the reason for not feeling enough and the hidden ways it's showing up. And now we're going to look at the stages of enoughness and the essential ingredient to feeling enough exactly as you are. Okay, so there are 3 stages of enoughness, which were developed by Natasha Bray, who's the founder, the person who conceptualized and developed heart healing, who I learned from. And she was inspired by the work of Dr. David Hamilton, who is a scientific researcher in the field of self-love. And the stages are enoughness scarcity, like I'm not enough, enoughness bravery, like I've had enough of this, like I need a change, and enoughness mastery, which is I am enough. So I will explain each stage in more detail now. And, just write to yourself, or you can also share that with me later. What stage do you see yourself in? And you can be in different stages of enoughness for different areas or relationships in your life. We also tend to go through these cycles, because, we went into one thing, we feel like we find ourselves on a new level or, in a different place in our lives. And then, we start feeling this again. So it's not like there's an end to the things. This is something really nice. There's always something new to discover and to heal. So the first stage is enoughness scarcity. So deep down, whether consciously or subconsciously, you feel not enough most of the time. And feeling enough is rare or scarce occurrence. I need to stop for a second. Okay, just a moment. I'll just cut this recording for a second and start another one. Okay, so I'll keep going. Okay, so the first stage is enoughness scarcity. Deep down, whether consciously or subconsciously, you feel not enough most of the time. And feeling enough is a rare or scarce occurrence. It shows up in all of those hidden ways I talked about earlier. Struggle to love yourself, confidence issues, settling for things you don't really want or deserve, like jobs or relationships, and so on. And being self-critical, comparing yourself to others, having money or weight issues, etc. The second stage is enoughness bravery. This is where you start to recognize that something is not right or not okay about how things currently are in your life. You become brave enough to question the things you have settled for, the way you are treated by others or yourself, or the circumstances you have found yourself in. You are brave enough to decide no more. You've had enough and choose something different for yourself and actually take action towards that something different. Okay, so for example, you change your career, you end a relationship that isn't working, or you decide that you are going to do things differently in your relationship. Okay, or you invest in yourself. Maybe you decide that you let things, as I say, be more simple, more easy. And every time that you see that you start making it more difficult, you remind yourself, no, I'm giving myself permission to let it be easy, simple, and joyful. The most important part of this stage is that you are ready to take action to change things and start to take this action. So where are you in this, this first or second, with different things in your life? And now this third stage is enoughness mastery. This is where you feel enough in so many ways. Enough as you are, enough for who you are, not what you do or give to others. You feel inner peace and a sense of love and acceptance for yourself that allows you to put yourself first. You have good boundaries and you let go of people pleasing. This is a stage where you radiate with confidence and feel safe to be who you really are. This is where your energy shifts and the world around you meets you at this new energy. Your thoughts impact your feelings and behaviors. And when you believe you are enough and show up as if you are enough, you attract opportunities and people into your life that reinforce that. And your reality in your external world is created from this new enoughness mastery in your internal world. So, for example, I've been feeling this more deeply recently. I'm working with people like as a coach and a healer, and I'm also tour guiding people in Berlin. And these things are actually very much alike because it's guiding people through different things, but it's about also showing them things that, well, it doesn't matter. We don't have to go into that now. But what I wanted to say is that as I started, I've been feeling more and more enough. Oh, I'm good at tour guiding. I'm good at heart healing. I know I can really help people. I've been really helping people, and I'm a good mother because I've just been seeing this more deeply. And then as I acknowledge this more and I appreciate this in myself, it's not just telling myself this so I feel okay, but really feeling this, and letting myself enjoy, letting this good feeling spread, and this appreciation spread in my being, and kind of owning this, and letting myself also enjoy feeling this. I get more recognition for that, and feedback. I see this because I see how my kids, are coming to me in a different way and how our communication changes. And I see this with my husband, and I see this with my clients. I see this also when I'm tour guiding. Just this other day, a woman told me at the beginning, she said, I like your aura. Oh, aura. How do you say this? Like it's so much like my name, Orit, which means light. And I told her my name means light. And she says, yeah, I feel that. So, and she said, I know that we're going to have a good time with you today. And, by the end of the tour, like it happens so often that people, after a few hours, we say goodbye with hugs, because there's really a feeling of deep connection. And I know that this is not something that goes without saying, so maybe I've showed them the city, but we've actually, during that time, we've really connected very deeply. And I know that many times we get to also talking and experiencing really deep things together that have nothing to do with Berlin. So I know there's always something there. And as I've been feeling that more, I started like jobs coming, more opportunities just started coming, like some private tours and guiding, and people start, people I've did heart healing with, and they start referring other people. And it didn't happen because, I, did things so differently. It was more about, it was differently. It was more about this, just feeling that, letting myself enjoy it and not just saying, oh, yes, I'm just, yeah, I'm good at learning and sharing stuff. Yes, I like people. Do you feel this really different energy between this? Oh yeah, it's just something I'm good at, and like, whew, I really feel this. Yeah, I'm good at this. Like I enjoy this. I enjoy doing this with people. It feels so different. Okay, so this was I went into this, but it's important for me just because I'm feeling this as I'm talking about this, and I know this is possible for other people too. I'm not special in any way. So you are really welcome to share with me and with yourself. Okay, know yourself. Like, where are you with these things? Maybe even in different areas in your life. So how do we make this happen? Okay, so what is this essential ingredient to enoughness mastery? The place where you feel enough exactly as you are. Okay, so yeah, so in this context of heart healing, the way we talk about it is healing the heart. Okay, because not enoughness is a heart wound. Okay, it's not enough to just try to think yourself enough. As I said before, like saying mantras, maybe like, you are enough, you are that, you're that, with this feeling of not enoughness. Yeah, you cannot think your way into it. Like, it's not just about saying this. Like, if it's the thinking and letting it, feeling it, yeah, you have to feel it in your heart to truly believe it. So the thing is that I do see heart, not heart, like thoughts and feelings as like one coin with two sides, but it's really about feeling this in a different way, okay? Because it goes both ways. And let me try to just read through my notes. Maybe it will be clearer. So the only way to really do this, to be thinking and feeling it in this way, is to find and release yourself from the true root cause of why you don't feel that you are enough in the first place. And this is not found in the mind alone, in the thinking, feeling, saying this. So the way that Natasha talks about it, she says that the true root cause is found in the heart. Because what is the heart? The deepest heart wounds are created within relationships. So, for example, let's say that a random stranger tells you that you are useless and stupid in the street, or your mother, or someone important to you tells you that you're useless and stupid. So who do you think affects your heart, these things more? The person that we have a close relationship with, right? So you may be shocked or feel hurt by the stranger saying it, but they don't really know you, okay? But your own mother saying it to you will hurt your heart deeply, because especially as a child, you think, if my own mother thinks that about me, then it must be true, right? And the deep enoughness wound gets created, and that can last a lifetime if it is never addressed. I've just had a session with a client last week. He's already retired. He's probably in his 70s now. And the way he talks about how his mother treated him when he was a kid, you see, like, he's still struggling with it right now, and we're working through it. And it's been amazing to see how even in one session, things have changed in him, even after all the things that he's been doing in his life to try and heal that. So it was really amazing to go through that with him. So we need to reveal and heal the root cause relationships that caused your enoughness wound in the first place. So this is what heart healing does. So heart healing is a revolutionary new therapy that I'm trained in. I've just submitted just a couple of days ago. This is the beginning of October 25. Yeah, so I've just submitted the last session report in my training. And this was developed by multi-award-winning global success mastery coach, therapist, and healer, Natasha Lee, who is a Welsh woman. And for her, it's a culmination of 16 years of education and training in psychology, social work, and therapy. And she's had proven results working with hearts and minds of thousands of people that felt not enough and were blocking themselves from receiving more love, joy, money, and success. It is also influenced by her own journey of overcoming severe abuse, childhood trauma, and poverty to becoming a self-made millionaire with the family and love she always wanted through healing her own heart. Her journey all began with healing her enoughness wound, and that's the first universal heart wound that she discovered. So there's been a lot of research into the power of the heart. Like the heart, according to Dr. Joe Dispenza, you may have heard of, has an energetic frequency which is 5,000 times stronger than the mind, according to him. And research also shows that the mind actually responds to the heart and not the other way around. So it makes sense that healing your heart creates much bigger transformation than just healing your mind. This is why mindset work alone may not have worked for you to shift this feeling of not being enough in the past. Like, we've all had experiences that have impacted our heart, whether that's a loss or trauma, feeling rejected or betrayed, judged, not accepted, abandoned, or not enough in some way. We learn to put walls up around our hearts to stop us from feeling that pain so intensely again. But in doing so, we also created energetic blocks to receiving the more we truly desire and dream of: more love, money, success, more happiness. whatever that is for you. So whereas most therapies focus on addressing root causes experiences on a mind level, heart healing goes deeper and breaks down those walls built around your heart by unveiling and addressing the cycles of wounding passed down intentionally or intentionally through families. This approach unveils hidden blocks that mind-based techniques alone don't uncover, and rapidly moves the people who experience it to freedom through opening their hearts to giving and receiving more love, and therefore receiving more abundance, joy, peace, and success in their lives. It all gets stuck in my mouth sometimes. I've personally experienced and witnessed that when the heart is opened and head and heart are truly aligned, success and transformation happens much faster. In working with the heart and influencing the mind-heart connection, we can psychologically, emotionally, and energetically heal heart wounds passed on through generations and break the cycle for ourselves and our future generations. It is a really powerful thing, and one of the most powerful modalities I've ever experienced and trained in. Also because I feel this modality allows me to bring all the really great stuff I've been learning and training in so far, and really allows me to kind of transmit it to the clients in a very powerful way, like to take all of the experience and the lived experience, all the things that I've learned, but it gives me a structured way also to do that, which is really amazing. And okay, so let's look at how specifically this approach can open you up to receiving more in all areas of your life. Okay, so how this can open you up to receiving more in all areas of your life. Just a second. Okay, we all have an internal inbuilt mechanism that determines how much we allow ourselves to receive in life. How much money, how much love, how much goodness, how much fun, how much joy. Literally anything. This was a concept first published by psychologist Guy Hendricks. Our capacity to receive is impacted by our thoughts and feelings about ourselves. How enough we feel affects our capacity to receive. If we feel not enough, we will believe we're not enough to receive more of the things we want. This leads to self-sabotage behaviors where we block ourselves from receiving good things. For example, causing a huge argument with your partner when things are going well, or going on a food binge when you have lost a few pounds and start feeling good in your body. So the fastest way to expand your capacity to receive is by healing your heart, because your heart is a powerful, energetic influence on your internal world. Okay, heart healing is a very rapid and powerful therapeutic technique which can dramatically expand your capacity to receive by healing your heart in as little as 1 hour. It was developed in 2020 and is fairly new, but is taking the industry by a storm. It is a modality that is recognized and accredited by the highly esteemed UK Association of Coaches, Counselors, Psychiatrists, and Hypnotherapists, and is described by professionals with decades of experience as the missing link to anything they've ever been trained in before. I am one of less than 150 people in the world trained and supervised in the heart healing techniques. People who experience it often say, that was the most powerful healing I've ever had. Or like a client of mine recently said, after an hour and a half, she said it was like 5 hours of therapy, but it was so worth it. She said it felt like years of therapy. Okay, so how does it actually work? There are 3 phases to a heart healing session that make it so powerful. So we have the heart inquiry, using a meditative subconscious state to access information stored in the heart that is hidden from the mind, to uncover the true hidden relational root cause of a wound. We have the heart healing, which is using unique and powerful combination of tried and tested therapeutic processes to heal and transform the root cause relationship, break down any energetic walls around your heart, reconnect you to the truth of who you are, and open your heart to receiving more. And three, the third one is the heart imprinting, which is imprinting new thoughts, feelings, and behaviors on a mind, heart, and soul level to stop sabotaging behaviors and expand your capacity to receive more. Okay, so it sounds kind of magic, and yet, sorry, it's very grounded in cutting-edge science, energetics, and spirituality. And also, I combine heart healing with the other training and gifts that I have, which is transformative coaching, which is through a spiritual understanding called the 3 principles. I'm also using sacred money archetypes, which is a type of training framework to help especially women according with different archetypes to align themselves with their archetype so they can make money in ways which are good for them and not for other people. And apart from that, what I've just seen over the last couple of years and more just trusting so much more my own intuition and my own knowing, even if I don't know where it comes from. And it seems to be doing so much. So maybe it's one of the keys. And I'm still embarrassed about saying this a little bit because I come from an academic background and I always felt that if it's more spiritual or intuitive, it's like New Age and, in a negative way. But I'm learning, how to use language around this. Okay. So you can also see some testimonials of people who have went through heart healing on my Facebook page, or also on the sales page I've made for my current offer. You can see also testimonials written by people that who have gone through heart healing with me. Okay. So all of those people whose testimonials you've seen here or on my page, like feeling not enough, doubting and sacrificing themselves. They also wanted to open up to receiving, they also said, enough, I want more love, happiness, wealth, and success. And if you could feel enough and it allowed you to expand your capacity to receive more love, money, success, happiness, joy in your life, would it be worth it? So before I go into giving you an incredible taster session of heart healing, I'd love to tell you about a special offer that I've also mentioned before. And just a second, I lost myself for a moment. I don't have my glasses. Okay, so I will just mention once again my offer. Let's see, I can just also take you through it. I forgot to leave yeah, never mind. So I'll just repeat it and you can see the link underneath. So the offer right now until the 10th of October, 10 o'clock in the morning in 10 minutes. I just love all these, just finding these ways of numbers with the repeating number. So I offer now a session for 111 euros. This includes also an intake form that you do before. You will have to spend some time on it, but people told me that it has been really valuable for them to take the time and reflect on the questions that are being asked there. And also, you go through about an hour and a half of the heart healing session. It may vary a little bit. And then you also receive an audio of about 10 to 12 minutes that you can listen to every day. This is the prescription, to listen to every day for at least 25 days. And this anchors the healing even more. And you don't even need to go, to lie down or before sleep to listen to it. You can also just listen to it while you cook or whatever. Not while driving, though. Okay, so I offered there, yes. So as I said, 111 euros for one session. And if you feel pulled to doing all 5 sessions, so on top of this 111, you can also buy a package of healing the other wounds of the heart, which is love, acceptance, worth, and trust, which I can only sell as one package. This is what I'm licensed to. Unfortunately, I can't do them separately. And they will cost now 997 euros. That's until the 10th of October at 10 o'clock and 10 minutes in the morning, Berlin time. Okay. All right. So we are going to go now to the part of the heart healing taster session. So just notice that it involves a deeply relaxed hypnotic state. So if you have epilepsy or if you've had a psychotic illness and you know that you shouldn't go into hypnosis, this is the time to stop. If you'd like to go on, then you're accepting full responsibility and taking part in the hypnosis and agreeing that me, Orit Eshel, who delivers it, holds no liability for any potential outcome. Okay? So just make yourself comfortable. You may want to sit or lay down, whatever feels best for you. Just remember, you are completely safe now as we go on this journey of healing your heart. With your eyes open, just look up a moment. Just imagine you are looking at your mind's eye in the center of your forehead. Keep your eyes looking up as you take a deep breath in and breathe out. Another deep breath in and breathe out. One more time. A big deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just gently close your eyes while still looking up now. You can feel the muscles and nerves around your eyes becoming heavier and heavier now. Your eyelids feel so heavy, as if they've been glued shut, sealed shut, locked together, and you can feel a wave of calm and relaxation washing over you. Let your eyes relax now, and just allow that wave of calm and relaxation to spread through your whole body. And you can see or feel yourself standing at the top of the most beautiful golden staircase. This staircase has 10 steps. Just see or feel yourself looking down those steps now. You feel safe, you feel supported, you feel ready. You can feel yourself looking down those 10 beautiful golden steps now. And as I count backwards, you are going to see and feel yourself walking down each step. You feel safe, calm, and relaxed as you see yourself walking down, drifting down, getting closer and closer to the bottom of that beautiful golden staircase. You are moving on to golden step 9 and 10 and 9 now, as every muscle and nerve in your body relaxes, and the feeling of peace and calm floods through you. You move on to golden step 8 and 7 now, as you go deeper, and every muscle and nerve in your body deeply relaxes. You are taking golden step 6 and 5 now, as you drift deeper and deeper into feelings of calm, peace, and safety. Now you are taking golden step number 4, as you gently drift even deeper. You are taking golden step 3 as you feel your body and mind drift deeper, relaxing more and more. Now you are taking golden step 2 as you easily, calmly drift much deeper than you have ever felt before. And now you are taking step 1. Just sleep deeply, drift deeper now. Every time I say the words drift deeper, you go deeper and deeper. You drop your shoulders, you relax your face, unclench your hands, You simply let go. You feel that wave of relaxation from your head to your toes, just feeling deeply and completely relaxed now. Feeling safe and drifting deeper. And as you drift deeper now, you find you're listening with your subconscious mind. You are going to a deep level where you are responsible for healing your heart. So now, I want you to imagine that in front of you is a golden doorway. You enter this doorway and it takes you on a journey into your body until you are standing in front of your beautiful beating heart. You feel so small next to it. You can see and hear it calmly beating, and you notice it is surrounded by a wall. You walk around the wall, looking for a way in, with no luck. You grab the top with your hands and pull yourself up and over the wall. You walk up to your heart, the sound of it beating getting louder now. When you get there, you notice a doorway open into your heart. You peer inside and you can see the chambers. You walk inside and you find a younger version of you in there, crying and sobbing. She feels not enough in some way. She looks up at you and curiously, and you look at her. She knows you are her, and she feels safe with you. She trusts you. How old is she? Just say the right answer is whatever comes to your mind. So if the number 4 comes up, it's 4. If it's 10, it's 10. So how old is she? You walk over to her and gently take her by the hand and ask her, why do you feel not enough? She opens up to you and tells you about a time someone she loves hurt her, upset her, and made her feel not enough. This person is the root cause of your not enoughness. It is time for us to heal this wound now. You ask her, who is this person you love that made you feel this way? She points to the corner of the chamber, and you see a person you know there, sitting in a chair. Maybe it is a parent, a family member, or a friend. Who is it? If you see a few people, just choose the one who you suspect is the most, he's the one that really should be sitting there in the chair, okay? Let's just concentrate on one person. There is a good chance it is, yes, a parent for many people, or a parental figure, or a teacher. So who is it? You walk towards the person in the chair, standing between them and the younger you, knowing you are safe and supported as you do so. So I want you to see the pain and not enoughness cords coming out of your body, attaching you to that person still. What do they look like? You can answer the questions. You should answer the questions out loud. Nobody can hear you. If you are in a space where you're not safe to be, that people can hear you, just say it in your mind. But it works very well when you can speak it out loud. So what do they look like? The chords, yes? What texture do they have? How do they feel? For some people, it's more about the feelings. So for some people, it's more about what it looks like. How many can you see? Where on your body are they coming from? Notice that. So those were the not enoughness chords, yes? Now I want you to see the love chords coming from your body, attaching you to that person. What do these ones look like or feel like? How many are there? And where are they coming from? There's a good chance they come from entirely different places and look differently. Okay? In just a moment, you are going to pull out all of those pain cords out of you in one go, all of these not enoughness pain cords. And you find they come out easily, and leaving the love cords there. Say out loud each time, I'm letting go of the pain and leaving only love. Okay? So go one by one to the not enoughness pain cords, pull them out, and say out loud, I'm letting go of the pain and leaving only love. We'll take a few moments so you can do that with all the different chords that you've seen. And when you finish, now that they're all gone, repeat out loud after me, I am taking my power back now. Okay. And now all of these pain cords are gone. You feel a warm, fuzzy feeling inside. You feel your heart, your soul, your energy expanding. You look at the love cords left there, and they start to double and triple in size before your eyes, getting thicker and stronger now. And you feel a deep sense of peace and acceptance for the past and towards this person. You feel a deeper sense of love and acceptance for yourself too, as you realize it was not your fault and that you are enough. You have always been enough. You both come together in a warm and loving embrace, and a bright light surrounds you both. This bright white light is filled with particles of peace and love. And these little particles of peace and love flood through your body, filling you up inside with pure love and peace. It feels incredible. It feels like nothing you've ever felt before. It rushes to those areas those wounds were attached, repairing them cell by cell with particles of love and peace. The bright white light picks up anything that doesn't belong in your body anymore. All the pain, all the sadness, all the beliefs that are stopping you from truly and deeply loving and accepting yourself. That bright light starts to fade away now, taking all the bad stuff with it, taking that person away now, and leaving only deep love and peace in its place. You sit down on the empty chair and look around the heart chamber. It's just you and the younger you left there now. She runs up to you smiling and laughing and gives you the biggest hug. She feels so happy and free now because you finally gave her a voice. You had the power to set her free. You wrap your arms around her now, look deep into her eyes, and give her the love she always needed and deserved. Now, say out loud to her after me, I love you unconditionally. You are so important to me. I'm sorry for what you went through. It wasn't your fault. You are safe now. I will protect you. You will never be alone. I will always be here for you. You are loved more than you will ever know. You are more than enough. We are healed now. She looks up at you and nods her head as if to say, I'm ready now. Her little body integrates with your body and you become one. Then her little heart starts to slowly integrate with your heart, becoming one whole heart. As your hearts become one and whole, it sends an explosion of love and enoughness through your body that breaks down those walls that were surrounding your heart. You are letting go now of anything that has been stopping you from loving yourself. Anything that was stopping you believing you're enough is now completely removed from your mind, heart, and soul. Your heart is whole. Your heart is free. Your heart is wide open to receiving all of its desires, and it feels incredible. You look around the chamber one more time, and you see a woman who is you, but different. She is your higher self. She tells you how amazing you are, how proud she is of you. She tells you you are always safe and supported. She turns to you and tells you how long she has been waiting for this moment. The moment your heart was finally free to accept her and let her in. She grabs she grabs both your hands in hers and tells you important guidance you need right now. Repeat this out loud to yourself now. So we'll take a few moments to listen to this guidance. Okay, repeat this out loud to yourself now. Important guidance from your higher self. You remember this guidance easily when you come back to full awareness. You walk out of that chamber and you notice that the wall around your heart is no more. You feel so free, so light. You truly see and understand now that you are not that younger self anymore. Nothing you went through was your fault, and you have always been more than enough. You love, trust, and accept yourself deeply and unconditionally now. You see the golden door ahead. You are ready to step through it now, coming back into your body, feeling whole, feeling transformed, feeling complete. You are now drifting to a level where your heart, mind, and soul are ready for deep and profound healing. Every part of you is ready to let go of the past and let in peace, safety, and love. You are ready to heal all that has been holding you back from truly and deeply loving, believing, and trusting yourself. Anything known or unknown from this life or any other life that was stopping you truly, deeply loving and accepting yourself is now erased from your mind, heart, and soul. You have removed the cords of anything that was stopping you feel enough, and you feel free to be the more lovable, confident, powerful, perfect person you were always meant to be. You have the power to choose, and you are choosing to deeply and completely love, trust, and believe in yourself from this moment on. You know you're absolutely lovable, unconditionally. You are more than enough, and you are safe to step into your power now. You are enough unconditionally, just for being you. You were born knowing you are lovable and enough and full of self trust, and you believe that to be the absolute truth about you right now. Who you really are is enough, and you love who you really are. You are safe to be you, safe to shine, safe to share your true self with the world. You are good enough. You are smart enough. You are beautiful enough. You are capable enough. You choose to believe these positive things about yourself and feel good about yourself every day. Perhaps your parents or the people around you were not able to show you how special and loved you were growing up, but that was not your fault. Or perhaps someone else hurt you. But whatever you've been through, your heart is more than capable of growing back stronger and more loving than ever before. You have a divine purpose in this world, and that purpose begins with love. You understand every relationship you have in your life is a reflection of the relationship you have with yourself. The better the relationship you have with yourself, the better all relationships become. The more you love yourself, the more your heart opens to receiving, and you are so ready to receive all the love, abundance, and success destined for you. The universe loves you. It gave you every single experience to shape you into the amazing person you are today. You realize nothing you ever went through was your fault, and you're choosing to take your power back. You are a good and wonderful person, and you deserve good things in your life. It's safe for you to be successful, safe for you to make mistakes, safe for you to achieve your dreams. You feel so safe and confident to be you now. You are writing a new legacy for yourself and your future generations. You are positively impacting everyone you come into contact with because you have chosen to believe you are enough. And this ripples out onto everyone around you too. From now on, you are a person who unconditionally loves, trusts, and believes in themselves. You wake up feeling enough. You go to sleep feeling enough. You take care of yourself better because you are lovable unconditionally. You are enough unconditionally. You are safe to be you. You are safe to be who you really are because who you really are is good enough and you love who you really are. You believe in yourself. You trust yourself. You know you have gifts and talents that you need to share with the world, and you choose to share yourself and your gifts with the world confidently now. You know you are worthy and deserving of extraordinary love, money, and success. And because you want to love yourself and your life, you are choosing to completely let go. Let go of anything that has been stopping you from having the life of your dreams. You forgive yourself for any mistakes you think you may have done and let go of any guilt, shame, or responsibility you have been carrying that isn't yours to carry. And this gives you a profound level of inner peace and freedom you have never experienced before. You are free. You are healed now. You are taking your power back now as the incredible, confident, successful person you are. As you realize it is safe for you to be powerful, safe for you to be you, safe for you to feel enough on every level. You are truly special. You have found your purpose, and that energy radiates off you, attracting more and more people to you. Now is your time. You accept the past. You have chosen to let go of the past now, and you feel so free, free to be even more successful, confident person you were always meant to be. Now that you believe in yourself and know on a deep level that you are enough, you are opening up to all forms of abundance in your life. More love, more money, more success, better health, and incredible happiness. You manifest everything you desire in your life from a place of ease, grace, and flow because you know you deserve it and you are more than enough. You pay yourself compliments every day and you easily accept compliments from others too. You feel so good about you and it radiates in every action you take. Right now, you are choosing to let go of anything and everything that has been affecting your ability to love and believe in yourself and letting in peace and love. From now on, you love and believe in yourself in a new way, a deeper way than you have ever felt before. There is a deep sense of wholeness inside you, and you feel at peace with yourself, with the past, and with the world. Your heart is now free to unconditionally love and accept yourself. You are free to unconditionally love and believe in yourself now. And now that your heart is open, you have opened up the floodgates to receiving. You have opened up to receiving all of your heart's desires with ease, grace, and flow. Good things are flowing towards you, and you are ready to receive them every day. Your whole life is changing for better in the most wonderful and magical ways. You remember this. You get to choose how you think and feel about yourself, and you choose positive thoughts and feelings now. You love yourself. You know you are enough. You are important. And you have incredible gifts the world needs more than ever right now. In just a moment, I will bring you back to your full awareness. You will instantly feel more confident and more enough as you awaken, and you have this deep desire to be more loving and accepting towards yourself and your loved ones. You believe you are enough. You feel you are enough, and you act like a person who knows they are enough. Feeling whole, feeling transformed, feeling complete. On the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can open your eyes now. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Feel yourself coming back to full awareness and take a big stretch. And if you're listening to this before bed, you can drift off into the most amazing, healing, deep sleep, knowing that you are safe and loved, and you are the powerful creator of your life. The universe is always here for you, protecting and supporting you. Okay. And this concludes our taster session. Okay. If there are any questions, this is the time to ask them. Or I will leave contact information under this video, so you can contact me in several ways and ask any relevant questions for you if they come up later. Okay. Thanks. I really want to say thank you for being here today. And I appreciate and thank you also for yourself for taking this time today, and showing up for yourself, for wanting to change and come more into your enoughness. And I really hope to hear from you in the future and to be working with you in different ways, because I know that together we can do a lot of really great things in the world. So I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll be in touch with you. Bye.